Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Margaret. Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss with the videos here lately because I feel good, I don't feel good, blah, 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 blah. Y'all get tired of hearing that. I get tired of saying it. But they pushed my chemo back. Day two, I got pushed back to 1 o'clock because of some stuff that they got to give me, that they have to wait 24 hours before they can do this. So I had to come in a little later. But last night was a rough night, man. It really was. I've been up about 12:30. And I got to talk to my doctor because I noticed today. So I told you guys I had put on 13 pounds last month when I did chemo. Well, probably 10 days in, it was all gone. So anyway, I noticed today I've put on like 4 pounds since yesterday morning. So I don't know, because they said that that shouldn't happen. But I don't know, maybe my body just starts, because I think the fluid that I put on is my body fighting cancer. So maybe when it kills everything, my body's like, oh my God, there's a lot of cancer in here, we got to do. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I ain't even sleep at a Holiday Inn in a long time. I ain't slept at all, man. But anyway, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to figure my way out to Shelby without using my GPS today. And I'm going to kick it with a little bit of my peeps. And something hit me right before I left the house, man. And I said, I'm going to share this. Maybe this is just a little blooper thing, and I don't put it on Facebook or don't send it to Jimmy, whatever it be. But so this whole time, like when I first started rolling out these videos, I'm like, I don't know, that music's distracting y'all. I'll turn it down. But anyway, I don't want to turn it down. A little background music is good. But anyway, so when this thing first rolled out, I was just like, God wouldn't let me sleep. And I said God wouldn't let me sleep. I wasn't sleeping. God was taking that opportunity to speak to me all night long. And I just kind of, started, okay, I'll do whatever you tell me, man. Just tell me. So anyway, we started kind of following that path. Next thing you know, here's this electrician, don't know nothing about technology, which that baffles my wife, that I am a freaking master electrician and mechanical contractor, and I can't get Wi-Fi to connect. It just blows her mind. She hooks up everything in our house. Like if we get a Bluetooth speaker or something, I'm like, Leah. So anyway, there's this master electrician that doesn't know anything about putting out a video or even YouTube. I could have counted the YouTube I looked at on my hands. But anyway, so I felt God was leading me, because I said, you know what, man, this is my last stand. I don't have much time. God's going to allow me to be a vessel, to reach some people and maybe share the gospel, maybe help some people that, are going through what I'm going through, and maybe they'll see somebody 45 days ahead of them in the walk or whatever it be. I was just like, God's going to use me. God's going to use me. God's going to use me. And so like for the last couple days, I told you I take these opportunities. Well, man, I've been hitting brick walls. And when I mean brick walls, I've been talking to everybody I'm talking to is like, oh yeah, man, I'm a Christian. I'm a deacon, man. I'm praying for you. And, you're on my prayer list, and we're doing this and we're doing that. So right before I was leaving, I was like, all right, here comes my Amazon man. And me and him kick it a little bit, but we ain't never broached that subject yet. And I said, today might be the day for him. So sure enough, I start talking to this guy. First, he leads out. He's like, hey, man, how you doing with the cancer and everything, man? And I said, I'm all right, man. And then he said to me, what does it feel like? You have symptoms, blah, blah, blah. I kind of started talking it through him, and I told him, I said, but you know what, man? I got a mighty God. I said, I don't know if I told you this part before. I said, but dude, I'm supposed to have been dead 30 days ago, man. I said, my original diagnosis, or my original prognosis, I said, I should have been dead 30 days ago, because it's been about 60 days. And they had, some of them had basically prepped me for 30 days. And then I told you guys that there was another guy that I found out had the same diagnosis I did in the beginning. And 28 days he was gone. But he was a good guy. He was actually my doctor's father-in-law, I think. Anyway, one of my doctors. Anyway, so I'm sitting here talking to this guy, and next thing I know, man, he's ministering to me, right? I'm like, okay. So he leaves, you know, we had a couple good moments and everything, and he leaves, tells me he's originally from Camden, South Carolina, which is right up the road from Sumter. But anyway, when he leaves, I get in the truck, and he hits me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, you know, man, I'm going to get emotional, probably choked up. I'm like, here I am again, trying to get God to merge into my lane. And I'm like, man, let me go out with a bang. Let me do something that matters. But still yet, you know, just kind of keep fighting, doing whatever. And he puts the treatment plan in my lap, and I'm like, just use me, God, use me. And here he is, sending freaking people to me all day, every day to minister to me. And, you know, in hindsight, maybe that's what this is about right now. I don't know. I'm going to do wherever he sends me, whatever he wants me to do. I'm there, I'm down. But okay. I mean, yesterday I got so many encouraging messages and texts and videos. And one that I really love, I'm a new fan of this. I didn't even know this was a thing. But I talk about my cousin Kimmy a good bit, but she sends me audio messages, and I love that because I get to hear her voice too. And she'll send me where she'll literally pray into her phone for me and for Leah, and it's just really awesome. She's just such a special person, man. But anyway, so at the end of the day, people, we got to listen to God's plan. That's what it is. It's not our plan. No matter how hard we try to make it our plan, we got to merge into His lane. We can't coax Him into ours. I shared something on my Facebook yesterday, which was Cinco de Mayo. So let me do some praises real quick now. Chemo, I'm alive, above ground, breath in my lungs. I did chemo yesterday. We're going to leave it at that. So the next round of whatever's got to happen has started happening. All in all, it went well. I went there. I did what I needed to do. I got home, crashed and burned. Praise, Leah and Katie were down. We're just coming and watching TV. But I did have enough strength so I cheat, but it's so good. But I was like, you know, the girl's been so good to me. I want to do something. It's Cinco de Mayo. That's a big deal. I said, so we got some tortillas at home. I got some Crisco. I stopped at Wendy's because Wendy's, my wife makes the best chili. Wendy's is a close second. So I stopped and got a big, large chili. And I went home and fried up the tortillas, cut them into triangles, made my own. They were so good. Put them on the plate. You know, we put some chili on it. And then when I told the girls, I said, I got you covered. Cinco de Mayo, baby. Done. Just come home hungry. So then they get home. Well, Leah just decides on the way, because she knows the refrigerator and the cabinets better than I do. There's some things that she needs on her nachos that she knows we don't have. So she hit me up. She goes, I'm going to stop and get some white queso. She gets it at Dollar Tree or Dollar General. It's good queso, and it's like dirt cheap. So anyway, she picks up a few things, come home. We make this amazing Cinco de Mayo nachos. We share off of them. Then we watch some movies. But, so big praise. I had the strength to cook dinner. It turned out fabulous. And I know it was fabulous because there was absolutely no leftovers. Also, yesterday, I shared this thing on my Facebook, March, and I wanted to share with you guys. It was May 5th. I hope you saw it. But I had forgotten me and the champion pest control apprehender, Jimmy, the one who helped wrangle El Tigre Raton from Puerto Rico. He and I had gone to Greenville years ago and went for a Iron Man men's ministry kind of thing, and basically one of the guys that talked, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I never knew who Duck Dynasty and none of that. I don't duck hunt. I didn't know those guys from Adam, but I've been to enough men's ministry gatherings. The first one I ever went to, Phil Robertson was there. Everybody's like, oh, Phil Robertson's here. And I'm like, well, good for him. Who is that? And why do we care? Oh, he's the guy who makes duck calls. I'm like, okay, good for him. But he did get up, and this was before they had the TV show and all that. He got up, man, and he shared a amazing testimony. And it was a drop the mic kind of deal. And basically, I think I've shared this before. He ended his thing with, hey, guys, God calls me to share it, but it's up to you to get it. I'm done. Have a great day. God loves you. Boom. And everybody in there was like, what? He ain't trying to like coax us along? So anyway, he was great. So then just coincidentally, a couple years later, I go to this thing and Willie Robertson's there. Then it was Jace. And I think I ain't never seen or heard Cy speak. I don't know if Cy does speak. I don't know what's going on with Cy. But anyway, after that, of course, I did watch some episodes of the show. Good group of guys, good people. But so Jimmy and I went to that. While we were there, this dude took the stage. Another guy I never heard of in my life. Amazing speaker. His name was, I think then he was Rick Rigsby. But I noticed yesterday on his video, he is Dr. Rick Rigsby. Dude, he showed them all up. He got out there, man, and he spoke from the heart. It was, you can know it was God-led. And I listened to this dude, and I mean, I can remember, I don't know if I think Jimmy and I did sit together in that one, because you kind of go off to different classes and stuff. And I just remember looking at Jimmy and being like, dude, my life just changed. I mean, this dude literally, the stuff he's been through and dealt with and the way he's come out on, and he's just such a good guy, the core of his being. Anyway, so he is one of my heroes. He's in my top 10 inspirational, motivational speakers. So I hope y'all guys got to see that thing on Facebook. And I know probably here lately I've been doing more with Facebook because what else am I doing? Sitting at home or going to work. And anyway, so I share stuff on Facebook that really does kind of hit me in the heart. I mean, sometimes I share goofy stuff like a cool recipe, but I only do that because I want to keep the recipe and I don't know how to ever go back and find it. So somebody told me if you share it, it'll be in your thing forever or whatever. So anyway, if y'all get tired of recipes, I'm sorry, but there's some good recipes that I want to keep. I don't necessarily want to eat them today, but I want to come back to them one day. But anyway, so praise for that man. And of course, I went and liked him because I was like, where's this guy been for the last 3 years? Why did I not follow him a long time ago? So anyway, it was just amazing. But he had a lot of things to say in there. And in a nutshell, he talked about it in kind of a big synopsis of what he said. Really hit me because it's some of what's been put in my heart now. He said, how you living? He had lost his wife to cancer. It chokes me up, dude, just thinking about it. But, because you could tell, man, he loved her so much and his kids. He said that when she passed, there was no need. He at that moment he felt like there was no need, no reason to go on. And his dad told him 3 words. He said it was the last lesson his dad was ever able to share with him. But he said, just keep standing. He said, never give up. Always keep standing. Don't let anything bring you down. And there was a whole lot more to it than that. I'm not doing it justice. But that's the same thing for me. And I had talked about, I think the video I had to scrap was the one that I actually caught Rascal Flat on the radio with this, it's basically the line, I can't remember the name of the song. The line is not if they'll remember you, but how. So God just keeps bringing it back to me. At the end of the day, that's all we got. Proverbs 22, your name, how you living. that's what I'm going to ask you today, man. How you living? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you ain't living right, it's for naught, man. You are spinning breath from nothing. Anyway, I know I'm getting fired up. I'm just thinking about some things. And it just, whenever I start thinking about these things, it always comes back to me. How am I living? What am I doing? Am I doing everything that I can with what God's given me right now? I mean, I know things are harder right now for me, much harder right now for me. But that's no excuse. Man, I got breath in my lungs. I woke up above ground again today, right? God's going to give me opportunities. God's obviously sending me a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation to keep my head in the game. Maybe He's prepping me for a long fight. Maybe He's prepping me for an absolute miracle, and it's laying the groundwork. Because it's another thing Rick Rigsby said yesterday. And he's like, let me tell you, the best foundation you can build on is at rock bottom. He said it takes rock bottom to build the strongest foundation. And I've told people that many times, not in those words. But he's right. Man, there's nothing more solid to build and grow from than rock bottom. I mean, look at it. I mean, geez Louise, man. You know how many inmates I've seen that have transferred their life and become ministers and get out and lead ministries? Drunks, drug addicts, adulterers, gluttons. I mean, just the gamut. People that just ain't got no rap, don't want to hear it. But you know when they start to listen and when they start to build, that foundation is on rock bottom. Anyway, I hope you already hit your rock bottom. I really do. And I hope that you're building that foundation and growing it. And I'm going to tell you how. Right here, right now, I'm about to spit it out on you. If you have a faith in Jesus Christ today, and if you don't, email me at Bogdanny's Better Together, and I promise you, if I can't walk you through it, I can put you in touch with somebody who can. But you got to start with an absolute, completely committed faith in Jesus Christ. You have got to love the Lord your God with all your heart and love your neighbor like you love yourself. Because we are better together. Man, I got fired up, dude. I'm ready to go in here and do this second round now. I need to give some props to a lot of people for reaching out to me, man. My cousin Kimmy, I mentioned her. Terry, No Show. Of course, my family, my wife. God's putting people in my path. My Amazon man. All these people that I want to minister to or I want to help them, they always end up throwing it back in my lap. That means a lot. And Dr. Rick Rigsby. I mean, there's just it's everywhere I look, everywhere I turn. Just thank you guys. Get out there today. Make today count. I love you, but God loves you so much more.